Sup everybody, what's going on? Hope all of y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. I know I am, because tonight is Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill 2024 event. Wait a minute, no. It's not Impact Wrestling anymore. We are going back to TNA. And folks, like, I used to be a big fan of TNA, like, back in the 2000s. Watching it back then with the likes of Samoa Joe and the Main Event Mafia, and it was a special time back then, well, like right before I joined high school. And I know, like, since TNA transitioned into Impact Wrestling, there's still been some fans out there that still kept referring to Impact as TNA, but Impact themselves, they was trying to avoid calling themselves that. Alright, but now there's no doubt about it, TNA is legitimately back. And leading up to this event, it has had no build up to it, no storylines going into it. Just, it felt like Impact was trying to let all the roster have their contract expire, because it seems like everything was transitioning. They've been taking a few weeks off. They haven't really been broadcasting anything since, like, Bound for Glory, I think. And I mean, yeah, they did have a couple of Impact Plus events, but there wasn't really any build up to those either. Those was like special events, I guess. But still, though, it felt like everybody was switching contracts. It felt like everybody was getting new championships, and just wow, just wow. Like, everything is getting uprooted and changed in a dramatic fashion, changed very drastically for the better, and I'm very excited to see what this new revamped version of TNA is going to offer us wrestling fans. Are they ever going to bring back the six-sided ring? I doubt it, but it wouldn't hurt to see them bring it back for like a special one-night only event, you know. But as I digress, let's go ahead and get into some of the matches that I know is happening tonight. Alright? Alright, first up, we got 3 matches happening on this Countdown to Hard to Kill event. Alright, we got Rich Swann versus Steve Maclin. Man, I feel kind of bad about Steve Maclin. Like, dude was legitimately Impact World Champion, and he was supposed to face Josh Alexander, which, even if Josh Alexander didn't get injured back then, I still think he would have had a good run as the champion. Then he found himself in a tag team with Bully Ray. Then he found himself in a feud with Bully Ray that never really flourished into anything. And now Steve Maclin is just there. Steve deserved better. That's just on me. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Steve win this match. Alright, next up we have 2 TNA originals of Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian taking on the team of Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. Sorry, Eddie, if you was teaming up with Davey Richards, it might be a different story. But nah. Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian, they gotta win this match. Alright. Next up, the TNA Digital Media Championship is being defended in a no disqualification match as Tommy Dreamer defends against Crazy Steve. Now, right before Impact took a few weeks off like it did, I was digging this new version of Crazy Steve that we were seeing. And, like, this heel Crazy Steve, this even more crazy and insane Crazy Steve, was just downright awesome. But given the circumstances that this is on a pre-show, given the circumstances that this is the return of TNA, it would feel too good for Tommy Dreamer to lose this match. Alright, like, the circumstances are too good for Tommy Dreamer to lose. It's a no DQ match. Tommy Dreamer is an ECW original, and this is the return of TNA. Like, as much as I would love to see Crazy Steve win, I respect Tommy Dreamer way too much to let him lose the belt right now. Alright, so I'm gonna give this one to Tommy. Alright, now onto the main show. We have a #1 contenders match for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. It is a 6-way Ultimate X match, and the participants include Giselle Shaw, Tasha Steelz, Alicia Edwards, Jody Threat, Danny Luna, and Zaya Brookside. I'm gonna give this one to Jody Threat. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one to Jody Threat. Like right before Impact took those 2 months off, she was still a fresh face on the roster, and she's really stepping into this match as a dark horse. So I want to see more from Jody Threat. I do. And now that takes us to the TNA Knockout World Championship match as Trinity defends against Jordynne Grace. Now, with an event like this being as historic as it is, there's got to be at least one match where a title changes hands. Alright? And I think this is it. I think this is definitely it, because I heard big rumors that Trinity is going to be at the Royal Rumble, going back to Naomi. And there's nobody better to drop the belt to than Jordynne Grace right now. So I'm going to give this one to Jordynne Grace. If Jordynne Grace wins this match, then yeah, best believe you're going to be seeing Trinity going somewhere different. Perhaps the Royal Rumble coming up later this month. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on that one. Real talk. Alright. Next up, we have PCO versus Dirty Dango. Oh, PCO. Definitely PCO. Sorry, Dango. PCO winning this one. Yep. And plus, PCO, he was the very first signee to this new TNA deal. So, PCO gotta win. Alright. Oh, whoa. I just remembered. Dirty Dango is now rolling with Vladimir Kozlov, but I can't remember the name he's using now. If this leads to Vladimir Kozlov versus PCO, that'll be interesting. It would. Alright, next up, the TNA World Tag Team Championship is being defended in a fatal 4-way match as ABC's Chris Bay and Ace Austin defends against a team of the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. We have Speedball Mountain of Mike Bailey and Trent Seven. And we have GYV, the Grizzled Young Veterans of Zach Gibson and James Drake. I guess they're not in Schism no more. Like I didn't even know that they left NXT until the other James Drake, JD Drake, my trainer, said that him and Anthony Henry actually worked them at a show recently. So you know what? I'm a call a title change for this one too. I am. I want to give this one to the GYV. I want to give this one to the Grizzled Young Veterans. And one thing I miss about the Grizzled Young Veterans is that, like, I remember Zach Gibson working some of those NXT UK shows right before the pandemic shut down, and like, he was such a good heel. He had everybody in the audience holding up their shoes and saying, "If you hate Gibson, shoes off. If you hate Gibson, shoes off." I want to see that again tonight. That would be awesome. Alright. Our next up, the TNA X Division Championship is being defended in a triple threat match as Chris Sabin defends against the likes of Kushida and El Hijo del Vikingo. Chris Sabin. Hail Sabin. Hail Sabin. And lastly, the TNA World Championship is being defended by Alex Shelley, who defends against Moose. Again, Alex Shelley. Chris Sabin won his match. Alex Shelley won his. Bruh. It's the return of TNA. Like, you gotta have the Motor City Machine Guns win this match. You got to. But, yeah, folks, that's been my ramblings about TNA Hard to Kill happening tonight. I hope all of you will have time to enjoy the show, just like you enjoyed this video that you've been watching. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, I would also appreciate it if you were to subscribe to me, please. Pretty please. But yeah, folks, thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic. You're out. Booyah. Bye-bye.